Kirsten Lepore is an LA-based director, animator, and master's alumni of the California Institute of the Arts. She has made a weird viral film,
Hi, stranger.
Written and directed an Emmy-winning episode of Adventure Time, and also directed and animated work for many brands including Heinz, MTV, and Mini Cooper. You can see Lepore's vast array of work on YouTube, where she has over 100,000 subscribers. But her springboard platform was actually Vimeo, a video hosting platform deemed a little more professional in the industry. Over the last decade, Lepore has gained many Vimeo staff picks, a much sought-after accolade. Lepore studied animation at both undergraduate and postgraduate levels, but a lot of the development of her work was found through self-teaching, trial and error, and learning as you create. I actually read in an interview that for her film Sweet Dreams, she used tack pins to secure the feet of her puppets. At the time, that was what she had, and she didn't know any better. I think it's good to remember when you're starting out that you should be inventive and just use whatever you have to hand whilst you're learning. A lot of stop motion is about problem solving, and even when you're a pro animator, you still face some sort of challenge with every single shot you animate. That is why we love it, right? However frustrating it feels in the moment, the reward of figuring it out and making something work always wins. So let's dissect her success. What exactly might it be that has led Lepore to stop motion stardom? Factor 1. Story. Lepore's work is much more narratively driven than other animators that I have explored so far in this video series. Her films have a tender quality and they make you feel something. They have an emotive nature to them. I have interpreted her early films to have the themes of both love and friendship, crossing boundaries between characters that are poles apart. In Sweet Dreams, there is the cupcake and the vegetable. And in Bottle, it is the Sandman and the Snowman. There is a feeling that together is better than apart, which I really like. Her films are open to interpretation, and you can read into the imagery in your own way. I think this gives her early films real strength. Driven by imagery rather than dialogue, you can appreciate her creations no matter what language you speak, opening things up to a potential wider audience. We are led by shot choices and subtleties of expression that really tap into your heart. Well, they do mine. I mean, you might be stone cold hard unemotional, but to many, these films touch the heart of the viewer, or at least make them think. Her postgraduate film Move Mountain can fit under the same umbrella. The story is king, dialogue is absent, and everything is driven by character. Lepore's ability to drive story through her animation can be especially commended to the way that she is able to animate a thought process into a character, through the subtleties of movement and expression alone. The simplicity of this speaks volumes, hence no words are required. It's pretty magical. Factor 2. Materials. Lepore is fearless in the face of a challenge. This is proven in her film Bottle, which, well, was a film of many challenges. Animated outdoors, there was natural light and otherworldly elements to contend with. And then adding to that, her mediums were sand, yes, actual beach sand, and snow. I mean, come on, she is totally showing off with this film. Who in their right mind would attempt that? Well, that is exactly why she wanted to do it, because most other animators weren't. She spotted a gap in the market. Bottle had materials at its core. Lepore was driven by the challenge of animating things that aren't often animated, in this case, sand and snow. These materials became the driving force behind the story, a story that needed to be told with those materials. She thrives on material experiments too. In this film, mixing sand with lard to make it animatable for the Sandman. Sweet Dreams did this in a similar way. A lot of what you see is real food. The only artificial elements are the core baked characters, made out of foam. In this film, the challenge was partly the smell on set. The food started to get pretty funky pretty quickly. Using real food, though, brought authentic textures, and again, the materials drove the narrative. It's a story about love and friendship, but also a reminder that balance is everything. In your diet, too. Factor 3. Weirdness. Lepore also isn't afraid to be a little weird, and to really use this quality as a way to hook people in. Most notably, her viral hit, Hi Stranger, intrigued and entertained audiences through a simple idea. Speaking directly to you, the viewer, with a camera push in to increase intimacy, this film is kind of mesmerising. I mean, firstly, there is the unusual character design, plus the fact of nakedness. This animation is like nothing you have seen before. Well, nothing I had seen before anyway. It was a film made for the viewer, to check in with how you are. It's intriguing, engaging, but ultimately thrives on weirdness.
Well, I know you're really busy and you probably have to go, but I'm glad I got to see you for a minute. I love you.
Story plus materials plus weird. Weird in the most endearing way is, I believe, Lepore's winning formula. So, be weird, have strong stories, and, as always, never give up. Oh, go crazy with material choices too. Different is always good.